Green flag waves at the back, about to get underway then. Red lights go out, we are off and running, and it is a good start by Matt Wilkins actually. And it's side by side with Macmillan getting almost side by side and almost touching one of the other cars there. It was off on the grass. Shay Kavanagh in the Audi TT is off on the grass on the way up to the first corner. Some bodywork has gone for a Burton, not quite sure who that belonged to, but there's a bit of bodywork flew up into the air, but that's Wilkins I think that's got into the lead of the race from the outside of row number 2. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And then it's Tate Taverner second. David Walsh has gone back to third from first on the grid.
There's another car on the grass out of Gerrard's, but he's back on again. There's Gordon Macmillan, the champion. He's been on the grass as well at the start of this race. But Wilkins then leading in his Civic Cup spec car. In second is Tate Taverner. Third is David Walsh. Fourth is Lewis Ellis. Going for the Class A champion. Massive moment for Matthew Morgan on the grass. Fully backing it in motorcycle style, but gets into the corner okay. He's just got past Rudy Macmillan, having his first outing in this Honda Civic that the family have had for a couple of years. But flying then across the line at the end of the first lap is Matt Wilkins, the Type R Trophy champion from last year. Oh, big moment from David Walsh and his newly purchased car, the ex-Scott Smith machine. I think he is going to get the car stopped eventually. But a big moment for the driver who was in third place.
Yeah, absolutely. So a gap now opens up between second and third. Lewis Ellis is in third position. Tate Taverner in second. Battle further back. This is up on the inside of Gordon Macmillan, the number 7 car.
Should be 67.
67 it should be.
7 Ryan Barker, is it? Who's not yet. Ryan Barker, number 7, who's not showing on our screen.
He's got a transponder issue. That's what's confused us. Yeah, 7 Ryan Barker trying to get up the inside of Gordon Macmillan there, and there's a spinner. It's the Corrado, Stuart Kennedy. He was off at Crofts and he's been off at Mallory Park as well now, but rejoining the circuit, having had a big moment coming out of Lake Essex. He's back on the track by the time he gets up to the hairpin, thankfully, but a bit of a heart in the mouth moment for him. Lap 2 is completed. Matt Wilkins is ahead by 7 tenths a second from Tate Taverner, and then it's Lewis Ellis in third, Gordon Macmillan fourth, and Ryan Barker in fifth, though it was when he came over the line.
Big squeeze on the inside of the devil's elbow for Trevor Gregory for a moment. So Gordon Macmillan is still fourth, but yeah, Zach Burnell's gone through, hasn't he? Ahead of Ryan Barker. Zach, who's in a podium finisher in the Western Supermare Beach Race. Not many 750 Motor Club members have done that, but he's under pressure from Barker, who's fighting back. The Sheffield driver in his first season of racing can't come through. Then the Mini with the supercharged car. You can have forced induction cars in hot hatch now, and Matt Hale out in the supercharged Mini Cooper, going well here in 7th place.
Absolutely right. So he's 6th in class because Gordon Macmillan, there you can see G-Mac as it says on his window. He's in class B, 4th overall.
Set a lap record 1.3 seconds under the previous mark by Joe Orgales, so huge pace from Gordon Macmillan in that 2.8 litre compact.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic effort from Gordon Macmillan, taking the fight to these more powerful Class A cars here.
Shame Alex Foden hasn't finished the season because they had a really good battle, those two. They were trading wins in Class B, Foden in the Clio. I think business commitments took him out of the Croft round and therefore was elected not to race here at Mallory.
Yeah, that's a shame because it could have been a good battle for the championship overall and in Class B involving those two, couldn't it? So there is G-Mac in 4th place still with Zakatak Bernal behind him for the moment. Then it's Ryan Barker 6th, Matt Hale 7th in the Mini. Then 8th over the line is Lee Rickard in another Class B car, one of the Tagiwa Type R Trophy spec cars. And then Andrew Idwin has got a big dent in his passenger door now after that incident with Matthew Morgan earlier on. And Matthew Morgan completing the top 10. The Corrado going through as well of Stuart Kennedy in 20th position after its moment at the S's a few laps ago.
There's Will Bartup, who I think is on course now to finish 2nd in the championship overall in his Citroen Saxo, the Class C champion. Bonella has now gone through ahead of Macmillan, and Ryan Barker might be able to do similar here down towards the hairpin, and does. Meanwhile, there's Will Bartup. He's battling up against Class A cars, much more powerful car. Trevor Gregory just ahead. Matt Warren is alongside him. But Warren will go through. The Class C race is being led by Josh Hilton. He has set a new lap record, 1.4 seconds under David Drinkwater's previous mark. So that's pretty mighty.
It certainly is. Really good stuff. Still 2/3 of this race left to go. Matt Wilkins leading by 9/10 of a second. There a bit further back is Joshua Bavin with Joshua Turnbull just behind him. Turnbull in a Class A car. Class B car for Bavin, but they're both Honda Civic Type Rs. We watch them now as they come off Gerrard's Bend onto the Stebby Straight, getting it pretty much absolutely alongside, battling for 11th position, I think it is here, as they turn their way through. It is the 277 car ahead at the moment of Turnbull as they climb now up the hill. There's Shay Kavanagh alongside Matthew Morgan. Shay Kavanagh in the invitation class Audi TT this weekend, and he's battling for, in fact he's in 11th position, isn't he? It's Bavin and Turnbull battling for the 12th of their parts.
This is Turnbull's first weekend of racing, possibly. Novice Cross on the back of his car, so going pretty nicely in his first outing. There he is in 277. Novice Cross on the back of the Class A car, running a little bit wider than the car ahead of Matthew Morgan. David Walsh, after that big off, has started to recover places. He's up to 20th. Another Type R trophy regular. There's Josh Hilton, the Class C leader. He's done a 53.735, which is a very impressive lap time indeed. There's Matt Hale in the Mini, the 39-year-old from Essex, former LMA Eurosaloons racer. He's in the 2005 Cooper S. There's Will Bartup, who I think will finish second in the overall championship this season. And he has won Class C on 7 occasions over the course of the year.
Yeah, been very successful, hasn't he, in that sector. Sadly, Class C not quite as well supported this year as it has been in the past, but that's nothing to take away from Bartup's efforts. As we've seen, he's been a giant killing in other classes as well.
His pace is quicker than what David Drinkwater's lap record was. I know it's been thrashed by Josh Hilton, but Bartup is under that pace himself.
Fight for 6th place here. It's BMW versus BMW Mini. It's the compact of Gordon McMillan in the number 20 car there, 2.8 litre engine for the driver from Swindon. Up against him is the number 29 Matt Hale Mini for the driver from Malden. So very close battle between those two for 6th position in 2 different classes. Of course, about 4 seconds behind the cars in front of them, and they've got at least a couple of seconds in hand over Lee Rickard as well now. So it really is just a battle between the two of them at this stage.
There's a good battle going on for the lead of the race. There's just 3/4 of a second between Matt Wilkins and Tate Taverner, who's on the grass, going past the traffic. That gap might be a little bit bigger now between the two of them. They're both lapping very quickly. They're at 1/10 of a second off of Dan Sylvester's lap record, but it is Wilkins that leads then from Taverner, who had an incident with Gordon McMillan at Brown Track a couple of months ago. But this has been a good return to the championship. They're quite a long way ahead of Lewis Ellis, who's on term to win the Class A championship, the former motocross racer. But battle on for the lead of the race, and traffic coming into play now as well. Yeah,
1.3 seconds is what the gap has gone out to between Matt Wilkins and Tate Taverner. So the Motion Motorsport livery on the side of Matt Wilkins' car. That's the team that prepares that particular car. He's 1.3 seconds clear of Taverner now in the number 22, the man from Leighton Buzzard. Mechanical engineer, been racing for 5 seasons now. Next, John Peerless car, I think this one was, ultimately. Turning away through Shaw's Corner for the 10th time in this race with 6.5 minutes left on the clock. Now, has he been able to put close on Matt Wilkins? I'm not sure that he has. It was just under 1.3 seconds at the start of this lap. Doesn't feel like it's any less than that. No, it's near 1.4 seconds now. So Wilkins just managing to control that gap, it seems, at the moment over Tate Taverner. Then there's about another 4 seconds or so, 5 seconds or so back to Lewis Ellis in 3rd position in the number 52 car.
Yeah, that's right. He's 3 ahead of Burnell, and I think Lewis Ellis possibly doing enough here to wrap up the Class A championship in this race. But the top 2, they've cleared those 3 slower cars, and there's a bit of a gap to the rest, and they will catch them before the end, I think. So perhaps that is when things could change. There's Lewis Ellis then, who's had a good season. He's had 4 Class A wins this year, including wins at Brands Hatch and Croft for the former motorcycle off-road racer. And the gap between the top 2 comes down this time by about 3/10. So Tate Taverner closing in again. There's lots of battles through the pack. Matthew Morgan in what is 12th place overall, golden back with Joshua Bavin, 2 of the drivers who have done more of the season than some. both in the top dozen of the overall championship. Now, there's a car ahead that might have been leaking fluid. Shea Kavanagh's TT, and it is, and the car behind had a massive moment, so this is far from ideal, really.
Could do with Shea Kavanagh getting off the circuit sooner rather than later, I would say, for the good of everybody else. I mean, he's keeping off the racing line, so that's something. But there's looks like there is some fluid coming out of the back of that car now, the Audi TT. Number 93. Meanwhile, Gordon McMillan still there in 6th place. Matt Hale, the 29th or 39-year-old director from Malden, in 7th.
Lead gap's down to 2/3 of a second. 6/10 between Wilkins and Taverner. They're about to pass the stricken car, Shea Kavanagh, who's off the circuit now. But big battle for the lead of the race. Josh Hilton's Class C car is about to be passed by the recovering David Walsh, who had that off at Gerrard on the opening lap. So Walsh is up to the top 16 or so now. Josh Hilton is leading Class C in that BMW Compact, a champion from last year. Here are the leaders, though, nose to tail, and they are starting the traffic again, Ian. So this will be an interesting final 4 minutes of this race. Yeah,
absolutely. You can see the slippery surface flags are now out as well in recognition of that fluid that's going on. They're not out all the way around that part of the circuit he was travelling on, though, I noticed. So possibly it's only part of the circuit that's affected. There's James Hillier's car. Is he waving out of it? Very bizarre. But he's up to a lap down. Here's a good battle. That's a bit further back. It's for 8th and 9th position. And it's Joshua Turnbull getting ahead of Lee Rickard now. So he goes up into 8th place now. Rickard drops back. Gordon McMillan just coming past our commentary position. I could tell you. There's Tate Taverner. And the gap has gone back out to Wilkins again. And he's got that slower car, that Clio, between himself and the race lead. That's the 197 car of Craig Turner, the best prepared car from last season. So Wilkins got a little bit more breathing space than he had a lap ago.
Taverner didn't touch the inside wall there, did he, through the hairpin? It bobbled from the car as it went through the right-handed corner. But he's carried on, but the lead gap certainly has gone out fairly significantly, up to 1.4 seconds. There's Lewis Ellis in 3rd position, and that'll be 10 points, which would be enough to wrap up the Class A title today.
So, and a change there. Hale has got through ahead of Gordon McMillan now, so that's 6 Class A cars inside the first 6 places. McMillan's still leading his class, though. Not
a huge amount, really, is he? Because Rickard and Hillary not far behind. McMillan has got the fastest lap in Class B still, but he's not that far ahead of the 2 Civics.
No, and lapping in a similar lap time to Rickard now. There's Taverner again, just round the hairpin once more. And again, the gap appears to have gone out to Wilkins a bit further now. It was 1.4 seconds at the beginning of the lap. Might be nudging closer to 2 seconds now. Oh, that's in fact 1.2, so don't listen to me. It's Wilkins that's still fairly comfortably ahead, though. There's our Class B leader, Gordon McMillan. See if he can do anything about Hale to get back through, but possibly not at this stage of the race. Only a minute and 40 seconds left to go here.
McMillan leads the class by only about a second and a half or so from Lee Rickard, the 38-year-old from Derby, who's had several podiums this year in the patch.
Went out a little bit on that lap, actually, to close to 3.5, 4 seconds, I think, between them. There's Hale making his way along the Stebby Straight in that top 6 position overall now, so he's going pretty well. He has had a 4th position during the course of the season, so it wouldn't be his best result of the year to date.
Possibly a stronger field today at Mallory though than some of the other rounds.
I would agree with that.
So good to see this. We've had 2 lap records, all and the Class A lap record is so close to going, just a 10th away. Burnell through the traffic now as well. Former British motocross champion. Started the season in Class B, upgraded to this Civic partway through the year. And we are got 30 seconds on the clock. I think there's a lap to go at the end of the lap the leaders are on now.
Yes, because they're just coming through Devil's Elbow with 19 seconds still on the clock. Yeah, last lap board is going to go out this time. It does so to Matt Wilkins with 14 seconds left on the clock, and he leads now by just under a second and a half from Tate Taverner in second place. There's James Hillier, number 137, still third in Class C in this race. He is the final driver still circulating. We've lost during the course of this race Rudy McMillan as well, and Matthew Duffel, both retirements from this race, besides Shane Kavanagh, who we saw pulling off into pit lane.
David Walsh up to 11th now after his spin at Gerrard's earlier. Easily passes Matthew Morgan. And just behind him, a few cars behind him, will be a very sideways Class C leader, Josh Hilton, who's involved in a battle with a Clio, but behind him is the race leader.
Yeah, certainly is, and he's going to come up to the line to take the checkered flag this time, and it goes out now to Matt Wilkins, who wins in the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. 7th different winner of this season, and 6 tenths per second the gap is what you're about to say, Josh.
It came right down.
It did come right down. They were comfortably ahead of Lewis Ellis. He was about 10 seconds behind in third place. Zach Burnell takes 4th. It should be Ryan Barker over the line, as he is in 5th position and waiting for 6th.
Change for second in Class B at the hairpin, Edwin ahead of Ricard.
Hale, meanwhile, gets 6th, Goodman and 7th, Joshua Turnbull 8th, and then it should be Edwin coming through next. He does, yes, ahead of Lee Ricard, taking that place, as you say, Josh, on the final lap. Here's Class C. We've got the Class C leader and the Class C third position driver in the same shot there, but it looks like that's going to be won by Joshua Hilton, isn't it, Josh?
Yes, and another win for the reigning champion, a 6th win of the year for Josh Hilton. He won at Donington, Silverstone, Brands Hatch, and now here at Mallory Park, and he's got another lap record to his name. He's got so many of those in Hot Hatch over the last couple of years. But Lewis Ellis, he takes the Class A championship in that race.
Winner was number 84, Matt Wilkins, after 18 laps of racing the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. Second was number 22, Tate Taverner. Gap between them just under 6 tenths of a second. Third was number 52, Lewis Ellis. Fourth was 291, Zach Burnell. It was a top 5, in fact, lockout from the Honda Civics Type R's, because number 7, Ryan Barker, was 5th. Then it was the first of the minis, so anybody would think Matt Hale, number 29, in 6th. Gordon McMillan won Class B in 7th place overall, ahead of 277 Joshua Turnbull in 8th. 9th was 67 Andrew Edwin. 10th was Lee Ricard. 11th David Walsh, having come back from that early spin. 12th Matthew Morgan, he had contact on lap 1. 13th Joshua Babin. Trevor Gregory was 14th, so he made a little bit of progress during the course of that race. And then a bit further back down in 15th, it was Joshua Hilton winning Class C. Matt Warren, Stuart Kennedy, Craig Turner, Will Barton, Mark Jones and James Hillier completing our finishers. So those were our top 20. We can go down to Kieran Mogg in Park Fermé to talk to successful drivers in Hot Hatch.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm down here with Matt. So obviously, race winner, overall winner. That was a difficult one out there.
It was, yeah. These tyres, I've never driven here in this type of car before, and these tyres do not feel nice around here for some reason. But yeah, went well. Taverner had me under pressure there. He was there ready to pick up the pieces if anything went wrong. So I had a few moments sideways, but all good.
You two almost seem to be a bit of a class of your own, though, out the front. I mean, I just spotted going into the hairpin every lap. You two were just so on it compared to some of the other people as well. Like, so have you been here before?
I've been here in the Type R Trophy. Raced here quite a bit in the Type R Trophy, and really always enjoyed that. And it's a pleasure to finish with my best mate on the podium. So yeah, all good, mate. Enjoyed it.
Same again later?
Yep. Hopefully, if they've got time to run our last race, yeah. But
kind of Sparky Dave.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, Sparky Dave, our mate, went off at turn 1. Just went into turn 1, just went too hot, straight onto the grass.
He got his wheel on the grass and just span around, basically.
On the start?
And I think it was like, yeah, second or third lap, yeah.
It's a new car to him, so he's just getting used to it. So it's the first time he's driven it. But he's definitely got the pace.
All right, well, congratulations, obviously, on the win.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you. A Class B winner as well, obviously, very busy out there for you.
It was pretty busy. I had a queue of Class A cars behind me, and I want to let them through, but you just don't know if there's a Class B car lurking amongst them, so you've got to kind of let them through slowly. But yeah, it's good. That's good. That's wrapped up the championship for sure now. Happy with that.
And how good is this car around a circuit like this? So we've been speaking to a lot of front-wheel drive cars today, obviously rear-wheel drive, a bit different in the way that it handles. How difficult is it for this car on this track?
Oh, it's rubbish. Load of rubbish. Terrible car to drive. Yeah. No, she's great. She's really good. Really planted. Going into and around Gerrard, she's really good. Perfect.
So, same again later?
Yeah, if I come out, I might go and have a glass of champagne and just quit for the day, but you might see me later, yeah.
What, drunk in the bar up there?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations anyway.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, thank you. We'll go to our Class C winner. So again, very, very busy race for you out there.
Hectic, yeah, definitely, to say the least. Good hard race, so I enjoyed that. Never been here before, so was good experience. Liked it very much.
And how do you deal with the traffic? Because obviously it's quite a narrow circuit here as well. Very fast, very slipstream friendly. How did you deal with the traffic out there?
I just have to be very wary because I'm only a Class C. I have to be wary of the faster cars behind me and know just when to just give it up, basically. But yeah,
Same again later, do you reckon?
hopefully, yeah.
Awesome. Well, look forward to seeing it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much. All right. So that is the first lot of racing for all of the races now. So we've had one race for every single category that is here. So now we've got race 2 for all of them coming up. So first up, I can't even talk now. First up is the Swift Challenge. But just before that, we go to a quick ad break. So don't go anywhere.